All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Mendel Center Connections. I'm Mike Nadolski, Executive Director of the Mendel Center. And with me today is Millicent Huminsky, and your title is Executive Director of the Southwest
Correct.
Michigan Tourist Council. And thanks for being here with us today, or with
Thank you
me.
for the,
Well,
thank
with
you for the
all of
invitation.
us. You're welcome. Tell us a little bit about the Tourist Council and what your role is there in normal circumstances.
In normal circumstances.
Yeah.
Well, Southwest Michigan Tourist Council is a nonprofit organization. We're a 501c6, which akin us in the same group with Chambers of Commerce. We were formed in 1981 and incorporated in 1982, originally as a membership-based organization covering Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren counties. Became very apparent by 1986 that we were never going to be able to survive by membership dues alone. And so fortunately, Public Act 59 had been rewritten, which allowed hotel assessment revenue at that time in the form of 2%, which has actually been our survival. So even though we have a more old-fashioned name, we are the Convention and Visitor Bureau for the area, and we focus heavily on Benton Harbor, St. Joe, and Stevensville, because that's where 99% of our revenue comes from.
And before, and we'll get into the whole COVID-19 effect, but before all this happened, I mean, Tourist Council was going great guns, hotels were being built all over the area. I mean, in some ways we were being discovered and really coming into our own as a tourist destination. Pretty amazing stuff happening. And how did you feel about all that growth and that trajectory that we were on?
I was excited about it. Mike, I've been around for a long time. I've been with the Tourist Council 35 years now. And when that assessment district was first established, we only had 10 hotels. 3 of them no longer exist. They've been torn down. And now we're up to 25, with one slated to open this year and another one the end of this year or next year, which would take us up to 27. We needed some new inventory.
So now, so things are going like crazy, and obviously these hotels are the ones that have started are still being wrapped up and will open at some point in the near future. What do you, so COVID-19 comes along and now we're kind of at a bit of a standstill. What's the view of the impact from your perspective?
It has literally come to a standstill. I mean, we spend 100% of our time and money and energy marketing for people to spend their vacation and leisure time in Southwest Michigan. And I was on STAR webinars every single week through the 3rd week in April, at which point the webinar was about across the United States and Canada, and it's the worst it's ever been. The fortunate ones have about 20% occupancy or less. They've never seen anything like this before. And so they've actually stopped the webinars for now because they don't have any new or good news to report.
Wow. So, and we don't, I mean, in our state, we know, because at the Mendel Center, we're wrestling with the same thing. We have the governor's plan and the steps for recovery and opening up. So in terms of your planning, what actually are you doing now? How are you spending your time in the midst of this, essentially this crisis?
Well, I've attended more webinars than I ever thought I would in my entire life. I mean, there's at least one a day. We are continuing with business, meetings via Zoom. And right now I'm the only staff person that has not been laid off. So I'm doing all the day-to-day operations as well. I go into the office 1 to 3 days a week as needed, do the rest from home. Finances I have to do in the office, but much of the rest of it I can take care of here. We have halted our marketing efforts at this point, and we're gonna have to reevaluate our marketing plan. We're in the talking stages, but I honestly think that until we no longer have to stay at home, we're not going to really know what it looks like. So it'll be a work in progress.
Yeah, for us at the Mendel Center, performances and events can in some ways be, some of them anyway, moved into a virtual area, but how do you move tourism online? You can't, I mean, the essence of tourism and hospitality is welcoming people into your town and into your hotels and all the surrounding businesses. So it is a bit of a wait and see, and you definitely don't want to reopen too soon. And obviously we have to wait till it's legal. So
We do.
yeah, so there is that. So, but are you, what's your, do you have a crystal ball? I mean, what are you looking, how far out are you looking?
Well, we are working on, and you'll see this come out in the very near future because we're going to send a newsletter out to make the announcement, but we're collaborating with the Women's Business Center at Cornerstone Alliance to produce a series of 3 webinars that will all take place in June. Of course, they're going to be free, and it's going to talk about what to expect for hospitality and tourism in Southwest Michigan going into this summer. You know, we've had major things cancel. As you very well know, the Economics Club and the performance series at the main stage, Crazzle Art Fair, the Senior PGA Championship, which was going to start next week, which is huge for us every other year.
The fireworks.
Yes, the fireworks.
Summer concert series from the symphony. It goes and goes. Yeah.
Yep. All of St. Joe Today's events through the month of August. So I think the fact that those things have been canceled, I do think they are a draw for many people that plan vacation here every year and plan to do the same things because that's what they love to do. I think tourism will still be good in our area. Will it be what it was last year? Probably not. I mean, if you look at the history patterns, even though COVID is very much different, but when 9/11 happened, it took 6 years for the hotels to rebound. In the financial crisis and real estate crisis of 2008, it again took hotels 6 years to get back to where they were prior to that. So I'm very optimistic. I think a lot of people know I always say it's just another day in paradise. I don't care if it's January and it's snowing, it's just beautiful here. And we are working very hard to, with a committee, we've got a page. There's not much on it right now because COVID put it to a halt, but addressing beach erosion because Southwest Michigan, unlike many of the partner CVBs we work with along the West Michigan coast, we still have beaches.
Yeah.
I mean, Cedar Beach and Jean Clark Park and Waco, I mean, there's still beach there. Was it as large as it was 10 years ago? Not right now, but I think we'll get back to that. But we want to make sure that people know that we do still have beach in this area. It's the #1 reason why they come in the summertime.
Beaches are open, trails, wonderful trails, Grand Mirror, like even the Howard Recreation Trail is fun to walk. Golf, we can golf. I love to golf. The golf courses are open. Boating, fishing. I know people that are out in kayaks today. You can easily socially distance with kayaks on the Paw Paw River. So plenty of those outdoor type activities. We also know outdoor activities are safer than indoor activities right now. So all of that is good. So yeah, you're right. I mean, definitely there's some good things happening this summer, and hopefully the fruit crops weren't, fruit trees weren't too damaged by the frost. I guess we'll find out about that.
I hope not. I did read an early Michigan State University extension, what they're seeing in their investigation right now, but I'm hoping that that's extremely limited. I mean, you know, being the second most diverse agriculture area in the United States, this corner of Southwest Michigan, second only to California. I mean, with COVID-19 is, you know, nothing we can do about that, but I'm praying that the fruit crops are going to be okay.
So that'll be the fall when all that that harvest, I guess, comes into play. And so what are you most looking forward to when we're finally someday on the other side of this?
Well, I always think when something bad happens, it's always for a reason. And so I don't know what the new normal is going to be, but I'm looking at reevaluating, reinvigorating, and moving on to new ventures.
Whatever those might be, right?
Whatever those might be.
Yeah, time will tell. Is there anything special that you want people to know about? And And if they want to learn more about what the Tourist Council does, where can they find out more information?
A couple of locations, our website, swmichigan.org, or our Facebook page. Facebook page, we launched a video just at the beginning of COVID. It's a beautiful video. I hope you'll go take a look at it. It is talking about what's happening right now, but it's basically just saying, do what you're comfortable with, and when you're ready, we're still going to be here waiting for you.
And I should have, I was remiss in not saying this at the beginning. Full disclosure, I'm a longtime board member of the Southwest Michigan Tourist Council. I think you do fantastic work, and I'm proud and pleased to be able to support the great work that you do, and the staff. I too look forward to when we're able to throw the doors open again. But let's I mean, we know we're all in this together, right? So
We are all in this together. And
somehow we'll get to the other side.
and you are greatly valued as a board member, as are all of our board members. I mean, without all of you, we couldn't do what we do.
Oh, thanks, Millicent. And thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Not on Zoom. Zoom is good, but in person.
In person.
Yeah.
I am ready for in-person meetings.
Yeah. Thanks. Take care.
Thank you,
Bye.
you too.